Yo, 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 peace everyone, what's going on? It's myself, the DJ, Sava from the two British Nerds. It's been a long time since I actually did a podcast. From the last podcast I did was about maybe 2.5 weeks ago, just before I left the country, my nice holiday in Marseille. So yeah, I'm back. Do apologize for not doing the podcast last week as I had a few technical difficulties and a few issues. But I am back. I am back with another podcast, and I'm looking. About to start there. I'm really looking forward to this podcast right here. I'm excited. Haven't done one in such a long time. Before we get started, please do check out my Instagram page as I've just rebranded it just a few days ago, and it's really looking good, nice, popping off. A lot of likes, a lot of follows. Check me out, man. My Instagram is just two British Nerds with a Z at the end, man. Follow, subscribe, and comment. Also has a link to my podcast page and my Twitter page, which is getting redone right about now. Well, as soon as I finish this podcast, I'll be redoing my Twitter to make it nice, to make it look, nice, so we can have everything nice and in working perfect order, as we say. But yeah, check out the Two British Nerds website at Two British Nerds with a Z. Also, check out my personal Twitter. Feel free to follow me, add me, say hello to me, whatever you guys want to do. Give me feedback. So my personal Twitter is just at CAVADJ. I guess it's not even personal because I tweet about comics and everything else. But yeah. So that's basically those two social media sites. My Instagram and my Twitter page are getting rebranded as they have been. So I've done a bit of surgery to make it nice and clean, like I said. Also, the YouTube page is the YouTube page. Sorry, guys, it's the same. Sorry. Oh my gosh, let's relax. I've got too much information in my head. Man, I said woosa. So my YouTube page is Two British Nerds again with a Z. You can go on there, check out the videos, and I also have on my SoundCloud page, which is soundcloud.com/DJ Sava. I DJ as well, so my music podcast will be going up pretty soon. But I also host my my Two British Nerds podcast on there. So if you want to go on there as well, you can easily download the podcast. Also, for all you people that have the iDevices, please subscribe to iTunes, and you can download my podcast every Thursdays. They'll be done every Thursdays to Fridays, guaranteed, unless there's any technical difficulties or But I'm going for every Thursday nights and to do the podcast. So yeah, hit me up on the podcast at the Two British Nerds again, with a Z at the end. Oh, as in Britain we say Z. Da 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 da. Yeah, so big shout out to Mr. Kelvin Johnson. Shout out to Mr. Sully Breaks who actually helped me who helped me in the process or give me tips on how to rebrand my Instagram and my social media, and because of that, it's going very, very nice. So I'm looking forward to the positive feedback and love. With that being said, people, let's go on to this week's podcast. And of course, I'm going to give you the weekly dosage of what's been happening in the comic nerdy scene. Two British nerds coming to my weekly nerdy journey, as we say. So I'm going to give you the lowdown. And then after that, I'm going to go into a few of the comic book reviews and the books that I really purchased last week. This podcast has a lot of Marvel bits in it. I'm actually going to be focusing more also on Marvel and DC from the next podcast. I try to give you guys bits on both. Or you guys want to think I'm biased? Oh, well, I'm not biased. I'm just a big Marvel fan, and I always tend to find that when I always click on social media, it can be comicbookresources.com. It could be the like pages, right, I always find more information regarding Marvel than I do, for example, DC stuff. I guess there's more of a hype around that. But that's what I see in social media. I see more posts about Marvel, about like Civil War and so forth. It's like more of a buzz. But I do love my DC, man. I do love DC comics. I'm a big I love Constantine. I love Harley Quinn. I love Batman just to the fact that he's so smart. I'm not a Superman fan. I find him boring as a character. Uh, but saying that, Greg Pak writes him very, very well. I do love Greg Pak. He's an awesome writer too. But I am a Constantine fan because I do love magic, and hence why I'm a big Doctor Strange fan, and I can't wait for the movie to come out. And I really can't wait. For DC, right? For me, DC, the movies that I'm really looking forward to DC Comics, it's not even Batman and Superman. For me, it is gonna be Suicide Squad. That is the one that I'm looking forward to out of all the DC movies that are coming out, because it'll be like the first. It's like the darker version of the Avengers, or the Dark Avengers in a way. So it's nice to see a movie like that. When you've got a team movie, you get a big buzz. Like the first time you saw Avengers, you saw the characters in one screen and so forth. So, I'm looking forward to Suicide Squad, and I can't wait to see how Harley Quinn looks and sounds, and also the Joker. So yeah, I'm really excited, literally, about that. So let's go into this podcast, people. Of course, we're gonna start off with Force Friday, which was yesterday. And if you don't know what Force Friday was, it was literally just the 4th of September yesterday, where I believe every store around the world, being the Disney stores, Toys R Us, the Forbidden Planet stores, they basically had a midnight launching all the new Star Wars merchandise, from pop vinyls to figurines to action figures to T-shirts, toys, stickers, lightsabers, whatever you can imagine. It was there. I didn't actually go to the event, as I'm not really a Star Wars fan, but I just love the mythology and just the essence behind it. So I guess I'm a fan in that sense. But yeah, I love the first 3 original movies. Really cool. So yeah, it was pretty cool. Social media went nuts. People queued up. They bought so much stuff. It was pretty cool. And I managed to literally go down yesterday. Right in the evening, I picked up 2 Funko Pop vinyl figurines. So I picked up BB-8, and I picked up Finn as well. Pretty cool. I do love them. I'm actually looking for the Finn with the Starship Trooper. I know it's only an exclusive so far, so it hasn't come out literally in the UK. Well, no, my bad. It actually did. It came out in Toys R Us in parts of outside of London, where I'm not even based, so I couldn't get it. I tried to go online, I couldn't get it. But the pop vinyls are pretty cool. Please check them out. All the products that came on midnight launch from Forbidden Planet is actually on pre-order right now. So if you go to forbiddenplanet.com, you can pre-order all, like the Funko pop vinyl bubbleheads, and all the other products that were launched in the midnight launch will actually be available to buy. And saying that, if you don't live in the UK, they do international shipping for an extra fee. So check it out. But it was pretty cool. Social media went nuts. I was very excited to get some Star Wars merchandise. I'm actually, at the end of the month when I get paid, I'm looking to actually buy a lightsaber. Yes. And you'll be seeing that on my Instagram at 2 British Nerdz, so check it out. Yeah, so basically that was Force Friday, and it was pretty cool. It was a blast, man. Like, I really did enjoy. Did enjoy it, man. So yeah, that basically was Force Friday. Giving you some more Star Wars news. When Star Wars comes out in the States, it says I'm going to be reading directly from the source, which this is, I believe, from comicbookmovie.com. It says, when you launch a brand new Star Wars trilogy, you gotta go big, like the IMAX big. That's why Star Wars: The Force Awakens will populate every single US IMAX screening for 4 weeks straight. In a move that the Galactic Empire might applaud, The Force Awakens will overtake all IMAX screenings starting December the 18th, bumping out competitors in Irrelevant and in the Heart of the Sea. So yeah, anyone that's looking at anyone that um is going to see it, I guess it's pretty cool because if you're a Star Wars fan and you want to go into you want to go to the IMAX, you've got 4 weeks, which means basically that you have it'll be likely for you to have an opportunity to see it because when the IMAX gets full up, it's full up. With that being said, I know for a fact that this in the IMAX, this movie is going to sell out instantly. So even though the movie is going to be out for 4 weeks in the IMAX cinemas in the States, make sure you guys get your make sure you guys get your tickets early over there. Me, I'm not really fussed. As long as I get my popcorn, wide seat, and nachos with cheese dip, I'm fine. So if I can't go to the IMAX, then regular cinemas around the corner from my house is pretty fine for me. Takes me 20 minutes to get there. I'm not fussed. Popcorn, chill out with my friends, and just have fun. And I'm gonna review it. Can't wait. Um, so yeah, that's basically some Star Wars news for you guys. Okay, giving you some more Star Wars news. We have a one shot Star Wars comic book coming out with a character that I was like, really? So C3PO will be getting his own comic, and this is gonna be the collaborators, um, James Robinson and Tony Harris. So it says James Robinson and Tony Harris collaborated for 4 dozens of issues of the acclaimed Starman series at DC Comics in the 90s, and now the team is back together at Marvel Comics and maintaining the Star theme. They're working on a one-shot titled Star Wars Special. It says the comic will tell an important part of Star Wars: The Force Awakens backstory, why the famous protocol droid has a red arm in the December um, debuting film. That's a really exciting part of doing the story. Robinson is quoted in the announcement. I saw a photo of C3PO with his red arm the other day, and I thought, whoa, I'm the writer who gets to explain that. Cool, right? So here we go. Star Wars: The Force Awakens is scheduled for release on December the 18th. Um, Star Wars C3PO is due out on the same month, so I'm assuming it comes out hopefully before the movie, which will ramp up sales and get everyone buzzed. What else do we have, people? Going back to some Marvel news, right? We all knew a few months ago that obviously after Secret Wars, a lot of comics will be renumbered and a lot of new characters will be introduced, taking over the roles of new characters. So we have the comic written by Greg Pak and the artwork by Frank Chow. Totally Awesome Hulk, and I don't like the name of it, to be honest. I'm not a fan of the name. I think they should change the name to call it just Hulk. I guess I don't know. Hulk would be cool. So they were Marvel and the creative team were teasing for a while. Who is he? Who is the new Hulk? And we found out just yesterday, and the new Hulk is going to be Amanda's Chow. Believe from what I can remember, he was an assistant of Bruce Banner. He's a big fan of the Hulk as well, which kind of goes with why Greg Pak says, this new Hulk loves being the Hulk. So I guess in a sense they got the right guy for it. Also, this is another one of the reasons that I do like this is they're introducing an Asian American character into the Marvel scene, which is pretty cool to change, get a bit more, literally a bit more diversity out there. How do I feel about a new Hulk? Well, for me, I'm old school, so you can't beat Bruce Banner, but that Marvel have rebooted the whole entire universe, from the Secret Wars event. So, would they keep this new Hulk? Probably not. You never know how things will change. But I'm a Greg Peck fan, so I'll be getting this book. And I do like Frank Child's artwork. So yes, I'd be definitely get it. Right. Next up, we got some news from Chris Evans. You know, if you remember, maybe it was a year ago, that Chris Evans said he would basically he wanted to stop acting, go into directing, and you know he wanted to pretty much, I guess the way he said it, leave the Marvel universe. But he's pretty much changed his ways, well, his tone and his attitude towards it, which is cool because I do, you know, he's Captain America, so you know it's going to be hard to replace him. Um, but so it says from an interview that was done a few days ago, as Chris Evans says that despite his initial reluctance at taking the Captain America role, he's now ready to stay on as long as Marvel will have him. With Captain America: Civil War, Evans has completed 5 films out of 6 out of a 6-picture contract, but has revealed in a recent series of interviews that he's willing to do more if Marvel asks. Of course, do it, man. You got to do it. Cap. Winter Soldier was amazing. So this is what Chris Evans said to the Collider. He says, "Listen, if Marvel wants me, they got me." He told the Collider, I've never had such a relationship with where you have such. I mean, look at my resume CV, how we say in the UK. I'm used to being on set, being like, is this movie going to be terrible? Marvel just can't stop making great movies, but they do it in, but they, sorry, Marvel just can't stop making great movies. They do it in their sleep. It's wonderful directors and producers and actors and scripts, and it's like a playground as an actor. He goes on to say basically that he would have kicked himself if he did not say yes to Marvel when they approached him to cast him in the first Captain America movie. You know, so he was like, yeah, woo. So yeah, Chris Evans will stay as Captain America if Marvel keep him. You know, some Agents of Shield news. So Matt Willing or what Matt Walling, he's cast as Lash in Agents of Shield. So Lash is a Inhuman who first debuted in, I believe, the first issue of Inhumans, written by Charles Soule, which is still literally still ongoing. So if people don't know about a bit about Lash, he basically the Inhuman power he literally has is he can absorb any type of energy and push it back at you. You know, he can push energy out of his hand. So he's pretty much like imagine Ryu giving someone a big fireball, you know, so you can absorb energy and just lash it out at you, which is pretty cool. We also have the Agents of Shield. The Agents of Shield. Sorry, I need to relax. I keep speaking so fast. Guess I'm hyped up today. So Agents of Shield sneak peek, which was just came out, I believe, just yesterday, gives you a 40-second snippet of the first episode of season 3. It looks pretty dark, pretty cool. You see Sky trying to help some Inhumans. You see basically you see Coulson for a few seconds. It looked pretty dark, and you see Bobby. You know, you see Mockingbird. So I think she's still there because I assume she would have been leaving, you know, to do her own thing. But it was pretty cool. 40-second snippet. Really loved it. Dark. Didn't really see any humor in there. It was just really, really, really dark. I guess they're taking season 3 in a whole different tone. But you can check that out on the, I believe it was on Comic Book Resources. Basically, no, Comic Book Resources or the Agent of Shield official Twitter page. We also have the Lincoln from Agents of Shield has now actually been given a nickname, which is Sparkplug. You know, because he shoots, I guess, electricity and stuff. So pretty cool, pretty okayish name. Looking forward to see what he does. I don't trust him. I think he's a bit dodgy. He's no good. We'll see. In that 40-second snippet, you actually do see him and Max literally having tension, which is pretty cool. Yeah, but that's a snippet for Agent of Shield. You have some Flash news. Linda Park returning to the Flash. There we go. He goes, newcomer Violet Beanie has been cast as Jessica Chambers, better known as a speedster. Jessica Quick on the Flash. This is coming from TV Line. It says TV's Jessica Quick is a brilliant but quirky college student who gets caught up in the battle between the Flash and Zoom. The site reports. Jessica Chambers is the daughter of Golden Age superheroes Liberty Bella and Johnny Quick in the comics, and played an important role during Jeff Jones' run on both the Flash and JSA, Justice League of America. Her father taught Jesse the formula that let him draw energy from the Speed Force. Given the character description, one has to wonder whether she'll be the daughter of Earth to Johnny Quick, or whether she will have figured out the formula of her own. See, I'm not going to comment on this because I don't watch the Flash. It's not I don't want to. It's just I've been so bombarded that I haven't had a chance to see it. But I really do want to see the Flash. It looks so nice and just toned down. So I'm actually going to be watching it like I've been saying the last few months. But I when I get down to it, I'll actually watch it. Some more DC news. In exactly 2 months, or let's say 1 month, because I believe this comes out in October. CBS Supergirl will finally make its long-awaited debut. CBS has officially released the pilot synopsis for the episode, featuring a few tied bits, including the name of Kara's parents and the full confirmed guest cast, so you can check it out. I do have the synopsis, but I am not going to read it because I don't want to spoil it for everyone. I'm not going to really speak about Supergirl because I watched the leaked episode when it leaked, so I don't want to spoil it for anybody. But I will be speaking about the episode when it launches. Review it. So some more Flash news. The Flash casts Demore Barnes as Firestorm. Firestorm's villain, Tokmek. It says Gabriel Chevry lands a human lead in War of the Planet of the Apes, filming to begin in October. Just go back to the Flash. I just like the fact that they're casting, even tonight they're casting so much people into the show, so it means the show is actually getting bigger, which is nice. Like I said, I do like the way the show looks. I can't wait to start watching it. Going back to this again, Gabriel Chevry lands a human lead in War of the Planet of the Apes, filming to begin in October. See, I've only seen the first 3 originals of Planet of the Apes. I haven't seen any of the new ones. I know you guys are gonna kill me, but not really my thing. We've got some Fox news. This time Gambit. So Spectre star Lee Sidiox offered female lead in Gambit. Sidiox will play Belladonna Bordrax. I've never heard of her. Oh, so she's in the comics. Belladonna Gambit, aka Remy Lebu, were childhood friends, even though their families came from rival guides, assassins, and thieves, respectively. As they got older, a marriage was arranged between the two in hopes of uniting the guides. Things got sour with when Bella's brother challenges Gambit to a fight to the death. Once Remy won, he got booted from New Orleans and left without Bella Donna. Gotta love Gambit. His character is amazing, man. Next is the Agents of Shield synopsis, which I will not be giving to you guys because I'm not spoiling it for anybody. So if you want to spoil it for yourselves, you can check it out for yourselves online. But I'm saying that I'm not going to be talking about DC Supergirl either because in front of me I was like, nah, you know what? I'm not going to do it. I'm not spoiling it for anybody. That's like me. If you ever hear me review movies, I don't do them. Well, I do review them, but I don't spoil it for anybody. And if I do spoil it, it'll probably be like a week after the movie comes out. So, giving you some more movie news. This time from Doctor Strange. So, Hannibal star Mads Mikkelsen is reportedly about to enter talks with Marvel Studios to play a villain in Doctor Strange, according to Variety. Mikkelsen has not yet been given an official offer, but one will be presented shortly, according to the report. Mikkelsen was previously up for the role of Malekith in Thor: The Dark World, but turned it down to play titular role in Hannibal. The role of Malekith eventually went to Christopher Eccleston. So I wonder who he's gonna play. He might play Dormammu. I love that character. I love Doctor Strange. If you guys do want to get into Doctor Strange, I know they'll be relaunching the title next week. Sorry, not next week. Next month. It's going to be written by Greg Pak, but make sure you get the Masterworks Volume 1, so you get the origin story of Doctor Strange. You know, you need to have that for the movie, so get that. It's very important. If you're a Doctor Strange fan like me, I have Volume 1 and Volume 2, so I can't wait to get Volume 3, which is hard to get because that starts up with him actually changing his first time. Actually, he changes his suit and stuff. It's pretty cool. Doctor Strange, Master of the Mystical Arts. That's it. Yes. Giving you some more Marvel news. Marvel Television has officially announced the start of production of Agent Carter season 2. So this news is a bit late, but you know I'm giving it to you anyway. So Marvel Television has officially announced the start of production of Agent Carter season 2 and revealed the first official image from the set. Looks pretty cool. The image reveals the agent Daniel Souza, played by Enver Drake, is getting the promotion all the way up to chief. Pretty cool. Oh yes. Giving you some Civil War news. Mark Ruffalo says the Hulk was cut from Captain America: The Civil War. Marvel is saving him. Good. I'm so happy they're not going to be putting the Hulk in this movie because you need to give the Hulk a break for a bit. You know, Age of Ultron, he did his thing, he left. So, you know, let him be. You know, let him be. So, this is what basically Mark Ruffalo said about the Hulk. Because it's still missing, it's not known where. I thought I would be in the film, but in the end, eventually believe that reveal what happened. Hulk is something too big, and Marvel wants to use this information later. My character has been inserted in the script, but then it was taken away. Who knows? Maybe Hulk will never return. Da-da-da-da. However, they want to keep the revelation of what happened a secret because it is something really big. Yes. Oh yes. I can't wait for that. Giving you some more Netflix news, Marvel news. So Misty Knight is to appear in Netflix as Luke Cage. So Marvel's Mercedes Misty Knight, the police officer turned superhero, will make her live action debut on Netflix as Luke Cage. Sources from comicbook.com have confirmed that Misty Knight will appear in Netflix's Luke Cage television series. When we meet her, she'll be a New York City police detective who reluctantly partners up with Luke Cage, Mike Coulter. So that's a bit about the character because not a lot of people clued up about Luke Cage because if you never read the comic, you wouldn't pretty much know about the back, the back, supporting characters and so forth. Okay, giving you some information about Misty in the comic books. So in the comics, Misty Knight was a decorated New York police officer whose life dramatically changed when her right arm was seriously injured during a bomb attack. The act of bravery did not go unnoticed as Tony Stark supplied Misty with a bionic arm. However, the NYPD wanted to assign Misty to a desk job, so she resigned instead. At this point, her best buddy, Colin Wing, talked Misty into starting a private investigation firm together, called Nightwing Restoration. She then encountered Heroes for Hire, a superhero partnership consisting of Luke Cage, you know, goes by the name of Power Man, and Danny Rand Iron Fist, who would eventually become the love of her life. Um, Misty is a high school martial arts artist who is proficient in hand-to-hand combat and has near perfect aim. Her bionic arm, made of vibranium, oh yes, is super strong, giving her a vice-like grip. But because the rest of her body is ordinary, she does have limitations as to how much she can lift. So the cast includes Mike Coulter as Luke Cage, Alfred Woodard as Maniti, Theo Rossi as Shades, Alvarez and Rosario Dawson as Claire Temple. So Luke Cage is coming in Luke Cage is filming currently now in New York right now for a likely 2016 release. I can't wait. Here we go, people. So here's a little Civil War news that came out literally just today. Here we go. So people think that they know what Civil War is about. This article is actually saying nope, it's not really what you guys think it's about. So while the Civil War comic book by Mark Miller and Steve McNiven was centered primarily on the idea of secret identities, the movie Captain America: Civil War will shift focus more to government control and accountability. It's a distinction that's fairly obvious since few characters in the Marvel Cinematic Universe even have secret identities to begin with. That's Ant-Man and presumably Spider-Man. Um, it says, even without secret identities, there could have been a restoration at the idea that anyone who wants to be a superhero needs to register by trained by and overseen by the government. That apparently is out as well in favor of accords across the world, according to a new report by BritishMoviesEarth.com. With Shield publicly destroyed, no one in the Marvel Cinematic Universe knows about Coulson's team of remains. The heroes of the MCU are seen as completely without any oversight and thus without any consequence. Um, so in this case, we'll see Iron Man and his team saying that the government should have a say in how the Avengers operate and they should answer to elected leaders of the world. Captain America and his team will say instead that the Avengers can't be beholden to governments because it's too limiting in how they'll be able to do good. The divide is mostly between Tony and Steve, of course, as Tony wants to protect the world and accept responsibility for what he's done wrong, and Steve saw how much oversight and should led to corruption that could have catastrophic in both loss of life and in the global landscape in general. So no, it won't be about secret identities, but then no one really thought it would be, did they? It will be about government oversight and how much freedom should be allowed to those claiming that they're here to protect us, which all sounds awfully pregnant in the current political landscape. So yeah, so guys, it's not about secret identities, or it could be. You never know. You know how Marvel tends to change things around when the movie comes about. So this is what's been said right now, but no one knows if it's true or if it's a rumor. But I thought I'll give it to you because a lot of people had their own concepts of what Secret War was really going to be about. But knowing Marvel, they will twist it around. I just wanted to see Doctor Strange make a cameo, really. You Here we go. Some more Marvel news. this has been blowing up the Marvel universe. Actually, caused a split, and people are saying, "What side are you on?" So Marvel Studios, Kevin Feige will will circumvent Marvel Entertainment CEO Ike Perlmutter and report directly to Disney Studios chief Alan Horn, according to the Hollywood Reporter. The recognition took effect last week, according to Thayer, as a result of conversations between Feige, Horn, and Disney CEO Bob Iger earlier this summer. It says Primatula has a reputation for being controlling and fragile, a reputation Marvel Studios has earned in spite of the massive scope and budgets of its films. Earlier this year, reports emerged that Primatula was unhappy with Marvel's publishing side promoting Fantastic Four and X-Men comics. Um, while parent company Disney didn't own the film rights, subsequent cancellation of Fantastic Four threw fuel on the fire of those rumors. Um, says Feige is generally credited with building Marvel up. Hey, someone followed me on Instagram. Thank you. So Feige is generally credited with building Marvel up into the powerhouse. Is in a powerhouse that's in Hollywood. When he came on board, the publisher had recently came out of bankruptcy and licensed away the film rights to a number of its movie valuable intellectual properties. He was instrumental in bringing Sony Spider-Man into the Marvel Cinematic Universe with Captain America, Civil War, and bringing Marvel on board with Sony's upcoming Spider-Man franchise. Primatilla remains in his role at Marvel Entertainment and will presumably have indirect input on the films. Being a side of that chain could direct more of his energies in the direction of other parts in Marvel. What's cool about this is, from what I was reading, that the CEO of Marvel wasn't really cool in a way, and I guess him and Figgy were kind of weren't seen eye to eye. There was a report saying that Figgy nearly quit one time because of the issues. I mean, I remember when they renewed Robert Downey Jr.'s contract for Civil War, and so they renewed his contract, and his contract was renewed for 80 million, and it got to the point of where the CEO of Marvel, Primatula here, actually wanted to fire Robert Downey Jr., and it was only when Figgy stepped in that basically they kept Robert Downey Jr. So with this, Figgy will have more say. I guess it makes it pretty cool because Figgy knows what he's doing. He's cool. He's cool. He's cool. He's cool. He's cool. Um, here's some more. Here's some more news about this matter. It says earlier this week, it was revealed that Marvel Studios will now operate under the watch of Disney instead of Marvel Entertainment. Another big behind-the-scenes shake-up has occurred while the creative community, made up of names like Joe Quesada, disbanded by Kevin Feige. So you got Disney on one side and Marvel on one side. It's pretty hilarious, right? Hilarious. What side are you on? There we go. What are we moving to now? Right, here we have some Fox news. Well, not really some Fox news. This is Andrew Garfield saying he was never really Spider-Man. You know what? He was an alright Spider-Man. It's just the way I don't have an issue with Andrew Garfield. I mean, I prefer Tobey Maguire because he was as cool as Spider-Man. But it wasn't really his fault, man. Like, to be honest, he played a cool character. It's just the way the movie was poor. The writing was poor, the direction was poor, everything was bad. It was poor. So, and obviously the cast suffer. Guys, if you don't see when you see a superhero movie, for example, Marvel, if you don't see Marvel Studios at the beginning of that movie, boy, it's going to be bad. In a sense, it's going to be bad. The only movie that made it for me was the first few Spider-Man movies by Sam Raimi because he's a Spider-Man fan, so he knew what to do. So going back to Andrew Garfield, what he spoke about being Spider-Man, he says, "Well, nothing because I was never Spider-Man. Because Spider-Man is a fictional character, he's not real." And he started laughing. He said, "You know what's funny? To give you the vulnerable answer. I thought I was going to be Spider-Man, you know. I went into it going, he goes, shit, he goes, Kevin. It's like, okay, here, it's my, here it is. I'm beep Spider-Man. I made it, and all that beep. I didn't actually make it. I was never Spider-Man. It's funny. Let's just say he wasn't really Spider-Man because they scrapped it, I guess. But we'll see. You know, he could be recasted into the Marvel universe. You never know. For all you console gamers out there, so video games remastered, Deadpool coming to the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One this November ahead of its screen debut in February. The Milk of a Mouth will be receiving an all-new remastered version of his 2013 action-adventure video game Deadpool for current-gen systems, including the PlayStation 4, Xbox One. Woo! Come check it out. So, there we go. In case you didn't get a chance to pick up the superhero action adventure video game Deadpool back in 2013, it looks like you'll have another shot at it this fall, as GameStop has announced that Marvel and Activision will be releasing a remastered version of the game for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One on November the 17th. This game will sell out. The game is already available for pre-order and it's currently listed at $50. Not bad. It will include an additional DLC content, including two alternate suits and 2 extra levels. Check out the announcement. Da 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 da. Pretty cool, man. Some DC news. Harley Quinn Mega Retro figure revealed. Now you guys literally have to watch this. Watch it on, see the image online, but it's a pretty cool figurine. It says next month is the 23-year anniversary of Harley Quinn's first appearance. She was created by Paul Dini and Bruce Timm. Made a cameo in a 1992 episode of Batman the Animated Series. She became a sensation overnight and was quickly added as a series regular. She was later given the backstory of being an Arkham Asylum psychiatrist, Dr. Helene Frances Quenzel, MD. She fell in love with the Joker, and that love drove her to madness, so much so that she took on the Harley Quinn persona. Da-da-da. So goodbye, Doctor's lab coat and hello, red, black, and white jester costume. Harley paints her face ghostly white, wears a red, black jester hat with white balls dangling from each side with ruffled sleeves, red and black diamond patterns on the high heat thighs, and a clown bib with white balls dangling from its all well. So the figure will be available later this year. Now that's me saying it, but you guys have to look at it because it's a pretty cool vintage figurine of Harley Quinn. Pretty cool. Some Batman vs Superman 2 Dawn of Justice footage was released. The new footage was released. It has Bruce Wayne looking at the Batsuit from a different angle. Looks pretty cool. It's pretty funny. I do like it. I really do like it, you know. So pretty much, guys, that's really it for the week's news and stuff. Hope you guys got a dose of that. Just to let you guys know, from hopefully next month, I'll be start doing Instagram competitions where I'll be giving away it could be free pop Funko vinyls, it could be free limited comics. I'll be giving away competitions. I'll be doing giveaways, right? All you got to do to enter these competitions when I announce them is, one, you have to be on you have to literally be on Instagram, you know. So all you got to do is pretty much is when I announce what you have to do, just comment, and then you have to mention a friend of yours, and of course you have to follow me, you know. That's basically it. So stay tuned for that. Right, people. Here we go. So I have a few comic books to review today. It's actually been picked up a few comics. I'm gonna start this off to starting off with a comic book basically. Trying to find it now. See, I literally thought I had. Where are you? All right. Um, this is bad. I actually can't find one of the book that I was actually wanted to um. Wait, here we go. I had it under my I can't believe I literally had it under my pile. Right. So, the first one is this one's a Secret Wars tie-in by this is by Marvel Comics, a Secret Wars tie-in. Hell Hydra, written by Rick Remender, art by Ronald Bushy, and this is actually a very cool book. The front cover, I actually got the just a regular cover for this one, and it has Ian Rogers on the floor, who is the adopted, well, not really adopted, but he is the adopted son of Steve Rogers, who actually is composed of Steve Rogers's uh no, of Zola's DNA, which is nuts. But yeah, it has a green venom coming down, trying to kill him. But this issue was pretty cool. Kicks off basically Ian Rogers is trying he's fighting he was in the last issue when he was fighting his former Hydra self. Which is pretty gruesome. This issue starts off with a very gruesome scene where Ian Rogers goes up against his former Hydra self, and it looks very bad for a fallen hero. He gets away, I guess. He does get away, and he comes across basically the Resistance. It's funny because you see the Resistance is leftover heroes of the Marvel universe. So there's I believe there's Ant-Man, there's the Punisher, there's the Wasp, there's Hawkeye, and of course you see Captain America. But what I'm gonna say to you guys is he doesn't call himself Captain America. He calls himself Captain Hydra. And I'm not gonna say why or who or what. I want you guys to just read it for yourselves. But it's a pretty interesting issue. There's a lot of bloodshed in this episode. There's a lot of gore. There's a death of a certain Marvel superhero that kind of shocked me. I was like, whoa. Venom plays a very big role in this. But it's a very dark. It's a very this episode here was very dark, but it was very cool. Kind of gives you that tone basically of what Hydra is really capable of. So just to say this basically, Hell Hydra is basically about when the city has been overwhelmed and taken by Hydra. So there is no resistance, there is no shield, there is no Avengers, there is only Zola, and there's only a Hydra. But it's cool, man. You see Ian Rogers in this. He's mean, he's bad, but he's also doesn't know what he's doing or where he's going. But it is, like I said, I keep repeating it, but it's a very dark book, and I recommend this to anybody that's also a fan of Agents of Shield. In the Hydra arc, in issue 1, I'm gonna spoil it for you now. You see Agent Ward in issue 1, which is pretty cool. I was like, whoa, it's Agent Ward, man! It's really Agent Ward. So yeah, do I recommend this book to people? Yep, it's only a 5-issue comic book, part of Secret Wars. But guys, it is a pretty cool book, and I love the artwork. The artwork is pretty much dark, which goes with the writing and the tone of this comic book. You know, so it's pretty cool. The ending is a bit of a shocker because potentially now you have 2 Marvel heroes who, well, the second one might be dead. We don't know. But it's a pretty cool book. Hell Hydra by Rick Remender really tells you the capabilities of what would happen if Hydra literally took over the planet. how the people are suffering, what the heroes are doing. You know, it's an amazing book. As soon as I heard a title for this, I was like, I don't care who's writing it, who's drawing it. I am buying it, man. I literally am, because it's you have to literally. Oh, and of course, before we get to the next comic, Guardians of the Galaxy, the animated TV series, will be coming out. Will be premiered September the 26th. So watch out for those dates. But yeah, guys, please check out Hell Hydra. Pretty cool. I recommend us writing this. So after he's done with Marvel, he's actually going to be retiring from the superhero scene and writing more comic book, just own self-created books. So I just thought I'd let you guys know. Right, next up, Secret Wars issue 3. Sorry, Thor's issue 3, a Secret Wars tie-in. I totally love. It's actually one of my favorite tie-ins, like, to Secret Wars. So to recap, Beta Ray is dead. No one knows who or what happened to him. Loki's in jail. He was captured by the ultimate by the before I was going by the Ultimate Four, because they think it was him that killed him. Also, we have Jane Foster's bodies, who keep appearing out of nowhere with their heads missing, and no one knows what's going on, what's happening, and who killed Beta Ray. So this starts off with basically Loki and Ultimate Thor talking, trying to get information out of each other, and things start to get heated. Things come forward. Questions are asked, answers are revealed, and the ball basically gets moving. What I like about this, you see a Loki, a very, very, very different Loki, a very more intense, frustrated Loki than you would see as normally. This book this carries on to basically a lead from Loki where Mr. Ultimate Thor here basically goes to check it out. And so he does. He goes to a place where he should never, he can go because he's a Thor, but a place that no one dares to go. And if you've been reading Secret Wars, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, then you have to read it. He actually gets attacked by someone. And what happens is, the person basically that he's fighting he now knows that he's been betrayed. That there's someone in the inside working against him. And it looks pretty grim for both of them. There's a big fight and a lot of blood, a lot of chaos happens. A lot happens. But it's a very, very it's a very good book, man. What I like about this book, about Thor's, it's like a murder mystery book, and I love murder mysteries, so it's like a Sherlock Holmes type of book. It's basically who did it, who literally did it. It's nice. I like about this book, it keeps you guessing. What's happening next, what's going to happen. What if, who, what, and where. And it's nice to see how they've incorporated Loki into this, because obviously Loki is a trickster. With Loki, it's not he's good or bad. You just don't know what he's gonna do next. He's unpredictable mentally. His agenda is just himself, I guess. It's just nuts. Like, you can't never figure out what Loki is literally about. But the next issue looks very, very good, and I can't wait, because things are starting to basically look very, very heated up and very, very extreme now in Thor's. And you also have a mysterious cameo, or what is it? A mysterious cameo from a certain character that we all know and love. Um, that makes his way into the last, into the near the end of the book, which is pretty cool. Um, I do love this book. Again, this is Thor's issue 3. Writer was Jason Aaron, who is writing Doctor Strange. Right, so I'm trying to get you guys the name of the wow, I can't even find the name of the artist. No, 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 I can't find it. But I actually got the cover for this. I actually managed to get, because Marvel are doing manga variants. So it is a pretty cool variant, and I would recommend anybody that's collecting this book to have a look at it. The cover is pretty cool, pretty funny. But Secret Wars issue 3. Sorry, I keep saying Secret. Whoa, wait, it's Secret Wars. Secret Wars, Thor's issue 3 has blood, violence, humor, drama, and a lot of backstabbing and conspiracy. The theme for this book is be careful who you trust. So that's Secret Wars, literally Secret Wars issue 3. The next book is basically this is the 50th anniversary. Marvel done a 50th anniversary for Shield. So basically, this is a one shot. It's a one shot tie-in. I believe it's all one shots. This one is Shield, and I actually got the action figure variant with Phil Coulson on the front cover, and it also has Deathlock. This is written by Chelsea Kane, and the artist is Jolie Jones. This book is actually centered around Bobby Morse, otherwise known as Barbara Morse. Code names Mockingbird, Bobby Morse, and Agent 19. It says scientist, superhero, spy Barbara Bobby Morse has done it all. Originally mentored by respected biochemist William Calvin, Bobby eventually broke out of her own. She's also been 3 different kinds of Avengers, returned from the dead, and now uses her extensive training and abilities attained from a mystery serum in her career as an elite agent of Shield. Can I say this book is it's very funny. It's very humorous. The way you see Bobby Morse in the comics, and in Agent of Shield is what you get here. This book is very funny. It has a lot of punchlines. And I really, really enjoyed reading this book. It actually in this book has a character from the Agent of Shield current TV show that is in this book, which I'm not going to say. But I guess you guys already, if you guys watch the show, then you probably have a 90% idea of who this person is. Which is pretty funny. You see a lot of action, in this book with Miss Bobby Morse here. You actually see her latent powers that she has as well, which I didn't know about until I was reading the book. I was like, whoa. You see how smart she is, how intelligent, and of course how beautiful she is. She's like, her punchlines are amazing, but her moves are amazing too. In this book, you see more of a Bobby Morse going undercover, and it's just the way she does it in this in this book. The way she talks, the way she basically she is. You see like a real spy in this book, man. Because I didn't see anything coming when I was reading this book. But it's pretty, like I said, pretty funny. There are some dark bits. But there's some funny bits in it too. And just when you think Bobby Morse is down, she isn't, man. Um, and it just shows you how smart she is as well. Really smart in this book. There's a lot of action, but there's more comedy in this book as well. The art is amazing in this. I totally love the art in this. It's a pretty amazing book. Um, this book. The theme for this book is confusion, love, death, and comedy. So the synopsis for this basically is someone dies. She goes to investigate, and the person that so-called did the murder, did the murder, tries to cover up their tracks in a way that Bobby does know but doesn't let on. It's cool. It's an amazing book, and I will definitely be getting issue 2. But I'm thinking they might be doing it with a different character. I really hope they do one of Ward. Just do an issue of Ward, man. So cool. But I love reading this book. It was amazing for me, really amazing, and I'm looking forward to issue 2. Then again, I am an Agent of Shield fan, and I do love her as a character. The thing of Bobby Morse is, who is she? Can you trust her? Can't you trust her? She has her own agendas, which makes her a character that you try to get to know, but you don't know much about her because she doesn't let anybody in, unless she feels really confident or comfortable that she does. Well, then she does let you in. But yeah, Agent of Shield. Well, Shield issue 1 shot. Like I said, I got the action figure cover. The next book is actually one of my favorite Marvel books, and this is basically Silk issue 7. I got the manga variant. Again, pretty cool. I actually will be posting these on my if they haven't been, I think they're posted on my Instagram page. If not, I'll be posting them literally on my Twitter page as well for you guys to see in the future. So writer in this is Robbie Thompson, artist Tad Ford. I don't know. Artist is Tad Ford. Synopsis, actually, I'm not gonna give you synopsis. Cindy Moon got bitten by the same radioactive spider, got locked up in the bunker. Her family have disappeared, and her sole goal is basically trying to find them. This issue is basically about the end of it all. Really, the world is about to end. I guess this is in a way, a pre-tie into the last days of it is the last days. It's like a prequel last days issue, because all Marvel have done sequels the last days for the characters. So after this issue, in the last page, it says Secret Wars. So I'm assuming the next one will be basically Secret Wars tie-in, or not. This issue again was very dark. Had a very dark tone to it. A very angry, frustrated Cindy Moon, trying to find some part of her life, trying to find some part of her family to hold on to, because for the first 6-7 issues, she's literally just been trying to search for a family, and every time she tries to find something, she gets stopped. She's going through a lot as a teenager. She has no friends, no family, and life is very hard for her. Another world is basically about to end with the incursions. She has one of her arms broken from the last with her last fight with a black cat, so she can't basically. She's not at full strength. Um, so in this issue, basically, you have Jonah Jameson, who tells her basically that he might have a lead on her on one of her family members. So she gets so excited and wound up, she basically goes full speed to try and help, to try and find him, but she gets caught up. She gets caught up with a lot of disasters and of incidents because everyone is seeking for help because everything's coming apart. People are looting, things are breaking down, and I guess in the end of the book she finds a bit of happiness, but you know she finds a bit of happiness, but I guess it's too late for her. It's a very emotional book. I would say though, out of all the female superhero books that are out right now, I would say Black Widow by Nathan Edmondson was that book there, and this book here are my favorite female uh, books. I won't be collecting Black Widow because Nathan Edmondson is hasn't done. It's basically there. He doesn't write anymore. But it's an amazing book, so get the graphic novel if you can. Again, this one is an amazing book. Um, you know, Silk is an amazing character with a more deeper storyline than I guess Peter Parker's storyline, or his origin storyline with Uncle Ben dying and so forth. But it was a various book. It was very intense, very emotional, dark as well. Hopefully there'll be more light and more humor after Secret Wars. And what Marvel are basically going to do is they're going to move 8 months into the future after Secret Wars is done. So we're going to find out literally what happens in those 8 months. The next book, pretty funny book, Thanos, Deadpool versus Thanos, and it's a very funny book. I was reading this book and I was like, what the hell is going on? Because with Deadpool, when you read a Deadpool comic, there is no rules, no script. It's just nuts. He reminds me of Freakazoid in a way. He's a nutty character. The synopsis for this, in a way, is Lady Death basically. Let's say, don't want to spoil it for you guys. Deadpool is cursed. Yeah, he's cursed. Lady Death, which is Thanos' wife or girlfriend, how you want to call her, has disappeared somehow. Obviously, we know that Thanos loves Lady Death, and Deadpool is in love with her. So it starts off basically with just a lot of fun, a lot of gore. Deadpool getting hired to kill a certain individual which he can't kill, and he finds out that Deadpool himself finds out that he's cursed, as well. He makes an alliance with a certain. Well, he makes a lot of mistakes in the book as usual. Has a lot of fun, and he makes an alliance with a certain character. At the end of the book, you're like, huh? Really? What's going on? Thanos versus Deadpool isn't what you think it is. That's what I'm gonna say. It's a twist it has a twist in it that'll make you think, what? Really? But it has a lot of fun, a lot of guts, uh, a lot of punchlines. There's a dig at DC Comics in here, which I was surprised they actually literally allowed to publish in this book, and I'm gonna just try to find the page so I can read it. Here we go. He goes, "Come on, double down, dog. I'm an unkillable merc. So I'm an unkillable mutant merc who regularly outsells Superman. He's a violet dork who collects shiny rocks and whose brother looks like the love child result of Spock roughing Wolverine. So it's pretty funny, pretty gory. It has love, romance, bloodshed, craziness, and yeah, you do get to see Thanos. but not in the way you'd think. So it's a pretty funny book, to be honest. The covers are pretty cool. I actually managed to get more of like an action figurine variant that has an old school Thanos and Deadpool. Then I'm trying to bend over and get the book. Whoa, nearly fell off my bed. The next book, the next cover for that Deadpool comic is it's a Retailer Summit 2015 variant cover, which is pretty cool. It's amazing. And from what I can tell, it says Retailer Summit September the 23rd, 2015. Which is basically in the next few weeks. So I'm assuming this exclusive is was supposed to come out at the Retailer Summit, but Forbidden Planet actually got early copies. It's pretty very very cool. It's a very very cool book that has Deadpool with his legs crossed with a dog, a red dog, red and black dog with a broken cyborg arm. Looks like the arm of maybe of Doctor Doom maybe. But it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool book. Next up we have literally a book that it just didn't make any sense to me. It was just a very very wild. It was basically just a very very wild book, but I wanted to get it just due to the fact that just to do the fact that the title caught from reading the title I had to get it, and I guess the science basically behind the story looks pretty cool and amazing, and it's written by Jeff Lemire. The book is called Plutona. Or do I say? Sorry, Plutonia, and it's by Jeff Lemire. Story by Emmy Lennox and Jeff Lemire. Script by Jeff Lemire. Art by Emmy Lennox. This is by Image Comics issue 1, Plutonia. The reason I got this book because I do like astrology, and Plutonia is basically, when you look at just give you a quick geeky astrology lesson, the symbol that you see when you look at the Plutonia cover is Pluto, which is the ruler of Scorpio. So this book, just from knowing that and reading the title, it is pretty cool. It's based literally on a superhero, as you might know, or about someone called Plutonia. But you don't actually, what you see, you get a backstory of the build-up. It's funny because it starts off just a normal comic book with just teenagers talking, having fun, a lot of cursing, swearing between certain characters. And I'm like, hold on a second, what's this got to do with the character, the main character of the book? And I was like, okay. And it was only when I read the whole book that I kind of realized where basically the book was leading to. So this book, when you first read it, it will confuse you. It will make you ask what, who, what, and where. You'd probably be scratching your head until you finish the book, and you'd be like, oh, okay, I get it. I would say issue 1 is like a prequel. Issue 2 is where everything kicks off. It is. I know it sounds a bit confusing, but it's basically just about, when you read the first issue, it's just about a normal girl and her friends going to school. You meet her, you meet her friends. You see a certain guy who you might think is a bully, but then he's not, or is he? It's just the way Jeff Lemire has written and scripted this book is amazing. Because after I finished the book, that's when I realized, I was like, wow, this is deep. Like the way he's twisted the book and taking your eyes off what you'd think you wanted to read about, and then find out, okay, this is what I'm reading about. You're like, whoa, man, cool. Like it's an amazing read. This book is humorous. It is slightly tense. It is dark, and you kind of from a certain character from reading it, you think he may be getting bullied or not, but you kind of just makes you feel how it is to be a teenager and what and we've all gone through and so forth, or what you're still going through. But it's a really good book. The art is it goes well with the way it's written. What I like about the artwork and so forth, it's just that it's how can I say, it's just simple. It's a really really simple book, simple artwork. The dialogue is very simple, and I've enjoyed it, and I'm really looking forward to see what happens in issue 2 with our hero, who she is, what she's done, what she's done in issue 1, what her storyline is in issue 1, and what she's gonna do, because you know, I won't spoil it for you, but you see this character and then you don't, and it just makes you it just makes you think, okay, then what is this book really about? I loved it. The way the twists and turns, where you get tricked and deceived. It's an amazing book, and I do recommend it just for anybody out there. As we all know, Image Comics are independent, self-created characters, so um, they're always good to read, and they're very addictive. I have all the comic book distributors from Marvel, DC, Titan Comics, Dark Horse, IDW, Dynamite Comics, and you've got Image, right? Image are addictive, really addictive. So that's Platonia issue 1. Recommend this. So the next book, basically, I only got this book for the variant cover, but when I read it, I was like, it's all right. So this is issue 1. You have this is from IDW. This is Danger Girl issue 1. Danger Girl issue 1. Sorry, Danger Girl Renegade issue 1, and written by Andy Hartnell, art by Stephen Moller. Variant covers. So art art cover. Um, cover. That's it. The cover for this is by J. Scott Campbell. There's a color and there's a black and white one. Now I only got this one just because it was a 1 in 10 variant, so it was literally the only one that Forbidden Planet had. I actually was lucky to get it because of bank holiday in the UK. All the comics came out late, so I came in the afternoon and I waited for to get my comics. And I just saw it. I was like, J. Scott Campbell. Looked at it online. I was like, whoa, it's going for a lot of money, so I just got it. But yeah, it's a pretty cool book. Um, I've heard about Danger Girl before. Never read it in my life. It's my first time being introduced to Danger Girl. You basically get introduced to a character whose name literally I've just I've just forgotten, which is bad. I'm trying to flick through. Interesting. Right. Here we go, Abby. So Abby, you get introduced to Abby, who basically is running from something or someone. You get introduced to her as a kid with a bodyguard that's been helping her. Things go sour. She ends up literally on her own on the run. Um, so yeah, a few years, well not a few years, sorry, years pass, and they fall fast forward into what she's like now. So in the sense, Danger Girls, they actually are composed of a few females that actually take missions for people, sort of like a James Bond type of thing. It's funny, it's humorous. It's like basically a female James Bond with the personality of let me see, Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. It's funny, it's humorous. It's a very simple read. Do I recommend this book? Well, not really. It's a book that you can just read, I guess, but it's not really something wow. It's just a standard a standard book, but it has its bits, it has its moments. It is funny, but it's not a book for me. Like I said, I only got this book just for the variant, the J. Scott Campbell variant. Um, but I did actually enjoy reading. I did actually enjoy reading this book. Um, because it has like a type of Indiana Jones feel, which I really really love because I love stories and movies that have mythology, myths, magic, so forth. I just love it. I love those type of movies like Lord of the Rings, playing games like Zelda, really my thing. So I really enjoyed this book because it had that type of tone to it, but it's just from reading it, it's just I can't get with the characters and stuff. It's just not for me, but it could be for you. So please pick it up because it's still available. The cover, the one I've got, which is a black and white cover, is actually how can I put it? Is actually hard to get now. And if you do be paying like maybe 15 to 20 to £30, just to let you guys know, the retail value for this book is just £2 or £2.50. Let's say $3 for you guys. So just watch out when you actually pay lots of money, which is hard sometimes because when you want a cover, you literally had to get it. If you want something, you'll pay for it. So with that being said, people, that's actually the end of this week's podcast. I'm actually happy that I've done this podcast because, like I said, I've been away for such a long time. Um, Please, like I said, hit the subscribe button. Check me out on the Instagram and Instagram, two British Nerds with a Z. It's the same with all my other links. Twitter and YouTube, two British Nerds. Um, that being said, my favorite cover of the week. Well, covers, because man, this is gonna kill me. Probably has to be. Yes, I think it has to be. It has to be the Deadpool the Deadpool variant, which I'll be posting on the Twitter feed, on my Twitter page. Really loved it, and it's just an amazing variant. Issue 2 doesn't look that great, as for a variant, but I loved it. So Deadpool versus Thanos is my number one. Literally, my favorite variant. With that being said, people, peace out. Thank you for tuning into this week's podcast. Catch me next week, Thursday. It's myself, the DJ server from the Two British Nerds, taking you on a weekly nerdy mission. Welcome to my world. And as I'm rebranding, I just have to say that my podcast is not always about comic books. I'm into everything, like Funko, toys, could be anything that's nerdy, that's cool and that's up and that I love. I'll be posting. So check me out next week and stay connected. If you want to be a guest on the show, if you have any questions, please just email me on. I actually just forgotten the website. You see, so sorry, the website. I've actually forgotten my email. Wait, here we go, people. Wait, no, yes. So that's the Two British Nerds with a Z at gmail.com for questions, queries, to say you hate me, you like me, you love me, you love the show. If you want to be a guest, if you have any ideas, suggestions, or if you just want to say hi, or if you want me to answer or post some of your pictures on Instagram, please do. If you have any artwork that you want me to push on there, Marvel, DC, and I like it, I will post it for you guys. So please let me know, and we'll get your stuff out there. We're here to help each other. With that being said, peace, love, and shout out to Lauren Shout out to Miss Social Butterfly. Shout out to Claire Kid Colson. Shout out to Marvel DC. Shout out to one of my favorite characters, Doctor Strange, Spider Man. Shout out to Dan Sloth, a very nice guy that I met. Shout out to Sully Break. Shout out to Mr. Kelvin Johnson. Pretty cool guys. So that, like I said, helped me rebrand my Instagram. With that being said, I'm a Gemini. I can talk for ages, man. Right, cool guys. I'm definitely out now. Peace, love, and light. See you guys next week. Bye. Bye.